Hello comic book worms, welcome to my channel. This is Naman. Let's start eating comic books.
Oh, what fun we're going to have together.
Hey, welcome to my 13th episode of my one and done experiment, where I'm picking out 10 books and see if I'm going to, and out of those 10 books, randomly pick 10 books, I'm going to choose one to conduct my one and done experiment. Okay? Crescent IO is one book. I picked this book up from Midtown Comic because all these Asian representation and future Avenger thing going on. I want to know what that was all about. So I picked that one up. This one up, I picked it up because it's just novelty of the comic book. It looks like a little Red Riding Hood, and is she going to rescue the Fableland, or what is she doing? Echo Lens. Okay, so Echo Lens is a sideways comic book. One. Pull the front this time. Oh, Weapon X and Final Flight. Wolverine and the rest of the people that I don't recognize, most of them. Heroes Reborn, Weapon X, Final Flight. Wow, this doesn't have a... wow, okay, I got cheated. I forgot to bag the comic book in the back on that one. Let's do this one. I don't know what this is. Justice League Odyssey? Is that what this is? It's Justice League Odyssey, yeah. Midtime pickup. Got it at discount. And another Justice League in the back. Alright. New Era begins. Alright. I'll pick one of these comic books. There's 3. Instead of picking 1 out of 10, I'm going to pick 1 out of 9. There's another one. Fantastic Four Life Story. I thought that was interesting from Midtown Comics. Convergence Infinity. I think this was from Dollar Bin Pickup. So that's 3, 4, one more. More for this side this time. X-Men Prime and New Mutants. Looks like I'm repeating. Okay, so which one? Fantastic Four. Life Story seems interesting. Crescent IO. You know what? So I'm going to do this one. Crescent IO. Alright, let's look at the grade on this comic book. I have the copy here with me to look at it with my naked eyes. Go ahead and turn myself off. Alright, go to the corners. Yep, there's a little chip there on the corner, right there. One. There's a little color break right there. That's 2. 2 spine ticks. Anything at the bottom? No. On this side, looks fine. Let's look at the back end. That looks good. A little color rub right there. Alright, 3. Little rub there. 4. I don't know. About 9.2. How's that? So what do I think about the cover? This is gonna be a pretty easy one. It's done by Lee In-hyuk. Actually, it's pronounced Lee In-hyuk in Korean. In-hyuk Lee. Yeah, I mean, his art is always good. This is like a 10-year-old girl or 11-year-old girl. 9, 10 on there. There's supposed to be a spiritual bear in the background. I think her nose is a little piggish because of her mask. She's supposed to be looking up a little bit. I mean, he's a good artist. Just yeah, cover art is really good. All right, let's look at the inside art. I'm sure Lee In-hyuk is not doing the inside art. Nope, he's a cover artist. John Lam is an inside artist. Paris, I'll let you guys read that rest of that name. Just a little logo. Very childish, cartoonish, not childish, cartoonish. Remind me of a Korean Japanese manga style. Plain layouts. And some little close-ups. Not much backgrounds. Nothing complicated, anyways, right? Yeah, very manga-ish. Then you got the backstory again, just like White Fox. All these one-shot look very similar and simple too. This is a little different. I wonder who the artist is on this one. I think this must be artist. It doesn't say artist. Breakdowns, colorist, Al Garza and Dano. I'll let you read the rest of that. Sanchez something. A little fancier layout. It still has that Japanese manga stylish to it. Maybe the minute. Well, the whole design is very not serious, which is good. I think. So all the two arts in there, two art style in there, it's all manga stylish. I think it fits the heroes, so I like it a little bit better than the White Fox arts in there. It's okay. All right, who's the writer? Alyssa Wang. I think she wrote the White Fox too. And it looks exactly like the format of White Fox. This whole layout here, the color scheme and all that. And Future Fight First, Crescent and IO #1 January 2020. Published as one shot, so I have no choice. Again, just like White Fox, this is one shot. So anyway, I have no choice. This is just one and done already. All right. I'm really glad that the Korean superhero is written by and drawn by, I think that's the Asian person too. So there's a lot of Asian team up going on here. Writers and artists. I think that's the real representation. Let's see how they represent Koreans here. Danbi is a taekwondo prodigy. Of course, taekwondo prodigy. And the owner of Enhanced Mask, which she used to summon a mystical bear spirit named I.O. Together they are the crime-fighting duo known as Crescent and I.O. Danbi is a sweet name because Dan means sweet, P means rain. Sweet rain. All right. With the IO by her side, Danby battles global threat as a member of Jimmy Woo's new Agent of Atlas. But how did Crescent and IO become one of the most formidable fighting forces this side of Seoul? Alright. Okay. Danby is already fighting a master of Kung Fu, Shang-Chi. Is this dragon Shang-Chi dragon? Anyway. Dragon is asking the Jimmy Woo over here, hey, how come we are recruiting these 10-year-old orphan girls when what kind of organization are we to recruit 10-year-olds? That's exactly my question. So Jimmy was explaining to the dragon how he came about recruiting her. She lives with a single dad. Oh snap. Okay. When I was looking at the drawing, this is a Seoul, South Korea. This background is not a typical Korean household. Yeah. Well, there's Luna Snow drawing there. Okay, so he runs a antique shop. He's telling Danby to stay at her dojang, which is Taekwondo Academy. Hey, just today you're gonna just stay over there because I need to take care of business. But she's suspicious because she's seen her dad in trouble, I guess. Or she's looking back. She's listening. I mean, she's thinking back to her dad and mom separation here. The antique shop is not doing well, so mom left. She's upset and she's thinking about her dad and she's thinking about how he was dealing with some shady people, looks like. That's her observation. So she's at this is finally got some Asian signage here, dojang, Korean signage. That's a Taekwondo Academy, but still looks like a more of American street than a Korean street. Anyway, she gets her trained, and now she's want to go back home because she's worried about her dad. And sure enough, she come back to this broken in home. Somebody broke in, and she's like, "What's going on?" And she hears somebody coming into the house again, so she hides underneath the bed, and there she finds this mask. And these are bad guys looking for stuff. They're trying to study up on the family situation here, so they can threaten. Looks like they captured the dad and looking for things to threaten him with. So maybe they're looking for his daughter. She's hiding, and then phone rings, of course, and guy finds her with the mask almost on. Of course, she's a Taekwondo prodigy, so she can do this to these criminals who are supposed to be real fighters too. Look at all that! Look at her go! Boom, boom! 10-year-old girl. How you like to get beaten up by 10-year-old girls? Okay. Okay, this is before she even have a superpower. Okay. Now she got the superpower. Because she put on the mask and she wished for somebody's help, and Bear comes along and helps her, and immediately she knows what to do, and she scares them away, and they run away. And the Bear counsels her and explains to her how he can be summoned, I guess. And then she's looking for her dad. How is she gonna find her dad and stuff. And Jimmy was explaining to the dragon, hey, the things that they were looking for, those bad guys were looking for, actually we bought them from black market, so the antique shop won't have it because he needed to figure out how to bring her here. It's really stupid way of recruiting the girl. I think that's just a pretty lame story. So is it one and done? Well, it's cute and all with a little girl and her bear, you know, has Asian representation, Korean representation. That's all good. Written by Asian person. Although I think where this has all been laid out, I think they are they're probably grown up in the United States. As a 7 and 8 year old, I would have probably eat this up, consume this up. But as a 10 to 12 year old, I probably would not have picked this up as a so if and as a 6 year old man, I would have to have nostalgia of picking this up as a 6 year old boy, 8 year old boy. Yeah, so yeah, I have to base on my 10, 12 year old self, not 8, 10 self, right? So I would say this is one and done. Anyway, until next time, let me out.